Welcome to a video tutorial by the Stratis Development Foundation. Today we will be going over how to set up the Stratis or Bitcoin full node for development. If you want to follow along, you can click the link in the description, or you can just search the article on our website, stratisdevelopmentfoundation.com. There you will find any links referenced in this video or any code that you can easily copy and paste. And so the first thing we're going to do is download the source code, and you can clone the Stratis Bitcoin full node from GitHub. There's a link on the article. It'll take you to GitHub, and then you'll have to have something like SourceTree or GitHub for Desktop installed so you can clone the actual file. And so now you're going to want to open Visual Studio, and then you're going to go to File, Open, and you can open the project or solution directly, but I prefer to open the folder. That way the directory is listed on the right here. And this is where I have mine stored, and then I'll select Folder, and then it will open up my directory here on the right. And so now I want to open the source folder, and I want to open the full node solution file, which is right here. So I'll double click that, and it'll load the full node and all of the projects in Visual Studio. So now that that's loaded, we're going to go to the top where it says build, and then we're going to go down to batch build. Once that opens, we're going to select all and then build. And once Visual Studio is done building all of your projects, it'll let you know down here in the output window. And now for this video, we're going to run the stratis.stratisd project. And so I have to scroll the whole way down here in my Explorer window, down to near the bottom, and then I'll see my program file. And then under properties, I also have my launch settings. And so the program file is a simple project that just starts a full node. And then the JSON file is a configuration file that shows several possible .NET Run profiles. And so now we're going to run the stratisd code. And so we're going to want to open Terminal or PowerShell, whatever it is called on your computer. And if you're not familiar with Windows PowerShell or how to navigate the terminal, just do a little quick Google search. What you're going to want to do is navigate to where the code is actually stored. And so I have this on my clipboard. So CD is change directory, and this is just the directory of where my code is stored. And so I enter that. It then changes my directory from just my user to the directory location for the file. So first we're going to run a command .NET restore. And this might take a little bit, and it'll go through any restorations that it can do. So now that all the restores are completed, we're going to run .NET run-help. And this one might take a little while to load as well, but once it does load, it'll show you all the possible command line arguments for the application. So now we're going to run the node with full default settings. So you're going to want to enter the command .NET run, press enter. So then the node will start up, and it's going to log various things to the terminal about its progress. And so here you can see that the application has started, and now that it is finished started up, we're going to go to the Swagger web interface. And I will copy and paste that in a new window. And this link is available on our article as well. You can just copy and paste it. And so we're going to click on the Get button beside API Node Status. And then we're going to click on the Try It Out button. And so this interface is used to manually test the API exposed by the full node. And so you can explore all the available endpoints, and you can learn a lot about what the API can do from this screen. And so now we're going to go back to the terminal, and we're going to hit Control-C a few times to get it to cancel the application. And it might take a little bit till it flushes out the cache, but once it does, you can enter in another line of code. So now that we can type in code again, we are going to run the node with the RPC turned on. So it's going to be a similar line to what we used to start it the first time, but this time we're going to have the additional code entered into the terminal. Once you enter your code, you can press enter, and it'll start up the node once again. And since we entered that code this time around, the RP server is now active. And depending on how you develop your application, you can decide whether to use the RPC server or the API. The full node that is running right now downloads the Stratis or Bitcoin blockchain and then stays running while it waits for commands from the API. Some of the things you can do with the full node API are manage your wallets, receive and send Stratis or Bitcoin information, and retrieve information about past transactions. And so that's going to be it for this video on setting up the Stratis or Bitcoin full node for development. Hopefully you all found this video helpful, and also keep in mind that there are many other resources for learning blockchain development on our website, stratisdevelopmentfoundation.com. Thanks again for watching.